And you mentioned a moment ago just the sort of the budget constraints that maybe you're working under, and I'm sure that impacted this story a little bit. But maybe you can talk about sort of the genesis of this idea. Where did the idea come from, and then how did you move that into an actual screenplay?
Yeah, as I mentioned, it was all about reverse engineering. What did I have access to in terms of resources, locations, actors? Through
And
that
let's talk
process,
about that. Let's talk about that. Maybe you can talk about some of the resources that you had access to, because there's probably people out there that maybe have access to the same sorts of resources, but maybe aren't thinking in those terms.
yeah, I mean, when I say resources, I mean like what kind of locations could I get? Because, even something as simple as that, when you watch a movie and they're in a restaurant in a hospital, it might not seem like that elaborate. But the truth is, it can be really challenging to film in a hospital, or it can be
Mm-hmm.
really challenging to film in certain restaurants or in a school or something like that. So I definitely was thinking in terms of domestic locations, people's houses, people's apartments, and so forth. Here in New York City, you're able to shoot on the street without a permit as long as it's considered handheld. So I knew, street shooting was a possibility. We have the Brooklyn Bridge here in New York City, so I'm like, that's going to be in the movie. That was actually the start of it. I have a pretty extensive acting network, and I was able to get some really great audition space for free. We did an extensive casting process, like for a small movie. We had over 10 casting sessions. I think we saw like 500 people.
Wow.
It's a relatively large cast for a small movie like this, and so it was really critical to ensure that the various cast members had chemistry in terms of the friendships that were supposed to be there, the family relationships that were supposed to be there, the romantic relationships that were supposed to be there, and so on.
Thanks for checking out this clip from the Selling Your Screenplay podcast. If you'd like to hear the full interview, just go to sellingyourscreenplay.com/podcasts. Or to go directly to the episode, just use the link in the show notes. Thanks for watching.